Welcome to my asshole podcast. Let's get into it. Forgot my intro for a second. My goodness. I've only done like 250 plus of these episodes, and you would think I'd remember my intro here, but how's it going? How we doing? All right. Today's thread, I am blanking out like crazy today. Okay. Today's thread is, what's the biggest hint you received but was totally clueless about? Oh, man. Boy, is this going to be a good one. All right, let's get into it. A girl in college grabbed my arm and told me to come to her room, and I said I had some reading to do. God damn it, man. God damn it. You could have got some booty, my guy. You could have got some booty. It's cool, though, because I know I would have done the same thing. She'd have been like, come over to my house. I'm like, we'll see. My dog fell in the toilet, and I got to help him out. And da-da-da. Like, I feel you, man. I feel you. Was walking with my dad in Walmart when I was about 17, and a group of girls walked by, and one said, "Hey," rather flirtatiously, and kind of looked me up and down, but I never went and talked to her or anything. A year later, I just finished up a basketball tournament and saw the same girl at this table in the lobby. She waved at me and smiled, and when I didn't wave, she waved again. I slowly looked behind me and turned back to her while she bust out laughing. I didn't talk to her that time either. Nigga! Are you kidding me? Oh, okay, see, the first time, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, the first time, that shit be happening all the time. Like, I'll be walking places and I'll see a girl and she sees me seeing her seeing me. And I'm just like, ooh, yeah, she's probably interested. But then I think to myself, nah, like she's probably seeing somebody behind me, or, you can never tell. And you can even ask a lot of the girls. They would just be like, yeah, just because I'm looking at you don't mean I want to date you, or that means come talk to me. Like sometimes it is, but most of the time no. And so that one I understand. But the fact that she was like waving at you, and then you turned around, and then she waves again, and she's laughing. Okay, that's your cue. At that point, it's like, get up in there, man, because 100%. 100% she likes you. I think she's being extremely obvious at that point. I would have at least said hello. Like, hey, what's up? Were you trying to flag me? Like, yeah? Oh, what's up? Huh. Oh, yeah? Your name is Samantha? What's up? My name is Long John Von Hugendong. What's up? Helped a girl move into her new place and assemble the bed. We should test it out. Me bouncing up and down on it seems fine. This nigga, bruh. Oh, no. Oh, he jumped on her bed. What are we doing? I would have, laid down on it. You know what I mean? Like, I would have just laid on it. And then, if she got on top of me, then I'd be like, oh, okay. What's up, girlfriend? But, I wouldn't have jumped on her bed. Like, we grown-ass adults, my guy. What are you doing? Man, it's crazy because when you think about that shit, just like as an adult, you're like, man, when was the last time I did jump on a bed? I don't know why that thought just came to my head, but for some reason, I was just like, man, when's the last time I jumped on a bed? Probably years ago. I don't know. Now I probably put that thought in you guys' head. You know what I mean? You guys are driving to work, or, you're at work, or you're in the gym or whatever, and you're just listening to this, and you're like, yeah, when was the last time I jumped on a bed? Huh? Yeah, my man's a spitting a little bit. All right. Spent all night chatting with a girl at a house party in my teens. We ended up crashing in the same room. She asked me, do you want to share the bed? It was a single bed. I said, nah, I'll take the floor. I still face palm every time I think of this. Fuck, I was such an oblivious idiot. Yeah, because, and I'm a victim of this too. Sometimes as a dude, you just like to play shit safe because you tried to kind of be that aggressive guy, and then I think you were just too aggressive, and then it came off as creepy, and you're like, oh, shit. next time I'm gonna just play it a little safe, and you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what happens, because I know I do that sometimes too. Like when there's a girl that likes me, they're just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I didn't know. I didn't think, you know what I mean? And that's like such the vicious cycle with guys, is like when we meet a girl and she wants us to be like aggressive with her and like make moves and do all that kind of stuff. I guarantee you previously he was dealing with a girl that didn't like that he was aggressive and did all that stuff. And that's such a vicious cycle with guys. Because then, that girl's like, I wanted you to be aggressive and make moves and da-da-da-da. And then it's like, damn it. So then with the next girl, we're aggressive, make moves. And then she doesn't like that. And then it's just this cycle that goes over and over and over again. And it sucks. And then, eventually you'll find that perfect balance where it's like, you're aggressive with the girl and she wants you to be aggressive. Or, you're a little reserved and the girl wants you to be reserved. Like eventually you'll find that girl, but for a guy, a lot of the times that's what happens. It's just this ever revolving thing, and you're just like, oh fucking A, dude, like what do I do? And a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you be like in the middle? And it's like, sadly, because then that makes it look inconsistent. It makes it look like I'm like all into you, and then I'm like pushing back and reserving, and I'm like, nah. And then the girl thinks like, what the fuck? Like some days you like me and some days you don't. You know what I mean? That's why you can't be in the middle. You can't be like aggressive and reserved at the same time. It's you're one or the other. Because if you're in the middle, then it's just gonna give the girl all this confusion. So yeah. Eating lunch with my friends, the girl I was sitting next to would have made a great enemies to lovers story. Okay. We hated each other the first 2 years of high school, but bonded over musical theater. As we ate, she held my hand, like every time she wasn't eating with her hand. Yeah, eating with her hand went right back to mine. Okay. The whole meal. Someone had to see it happening. I've never acted on it because she was super pretty and out of my league. A few years later, my grandmother ended up due at home nurse care, okay, for her mom with MS. Turns out she talked about me all the time. Oh shit. I guess it was one of those things where it's like you pick on the person that you like. You know what I mean? Like you kind of bully the person that you like. And maybe that's what it was for her. She was just like picking on you because she liked you. And so she never really hated you. I don't know, just the hand holding thing. I'd have been like, yo. I'm like, yo, are we like, the ting, the boyfriend girlfriend ting, like are we doing that? No, what's going on here? But at the same time, I do understand you don't want to say anything because you don't want to fuck it up. You're just like, oh, whatever this is, I'm happy where it's at. Like I need no more information. Yeah, like sometimes it'd be like that. Because you're just like, I don't want to fuck it up. A girl literally wrote. This thread is going to be a lot of a girl this, a girl that. Because dudes, we are oblivious as fuck. Oh my, especially when it comes to like a girl making a move and being aggressive and stuff like that. Just because girls don't normally do that. You know what I mean? They don't normally be aggressive and they don't normally make the moves. And so when they do make the moves, it's like, yeah, right. You're playing a trick on me. You better stab it. You're funny. You know what I mean? And then a lot of times girls will like make the move, and then if the guy like reciprocates to the move, then she's just like, I got you. I knew you just wanted the coochie. And it's like, wait, no, I was, just what? That happens. Yeah. And if you're a guy out there and you listen to this and that's happened to you, oh brother, I'm right there with you. That's happened so many times where I'm like, what? You are literally falling out of your clothing, woman. What do you mean? What do you mean you didn't want me? You wanted me to resist? What? That sounds stupid. Like, what are we doing here? Like, oh, craziness. Absolute craziness. All right. A girl literally wrote, I love you on a paper and gave it to me, and I thought she was pranking me. Facts. Oh, facts. We just talked about this. Oh my God, we just talked about that. Yeah, dude. Oh. A cute girl, exactly, at a bachelor party, winked at me like 5 times in a row, giggling at me while looking somewhere around my belt level. I did the same to her after that. She just rolled her eyes and walked away. Oh. Only when I got home, I understood that my pants were unzipped the whole time. Damn, son. Damn. Yeah. And I don't even think it was a thing where she may have liked you. I think she was just trying to like get your attention to be like, hey, yo, my guy. You know what I mean? I don't even think it was a thing where she looked at it like, ooh, yeah, that's an invitation to suck on your penis. I think it was just an invitation. She was just like, hey, man, you might want to pay attention down there, you know? When my friend described his crush to me and gave the details exactly like me, he asked me what my type is, and he eventually did all the things I wanted, improved himself so he could be like what my type is, and still didn't notice why his physical appearance and behavior had changed. Wait. His crush to me. So hold on. Did he change up all his shit for you so that way you would like him? Or did you change up all your shit for him? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So he was pretty much like, hey, so like what kind of guys are you into? And she's like, oh, you know, I'm into X, Y, and Z. And he's like, cool, write that down. And then as time goes on, he changed himself up to be that guy for her, and she still didn't like him. Damn. Ah. That one hurts. Oh, that one hurts, man. He was like, I want to be your perfect guy. Like, baby, I will do what it takes to be your perfect guy. And, just, oh, that hurts, man. That hurts. Oh, yeah, dude. You win some, you lose some, brother. A girl took her shirt off in front of me. It was 10 years before it occurred to me that she might have been interested in something. I mean, duh. like, bro. I mean, unless it was one of those situations where, you know, she wanted you to resist or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I've dealt with that, and I don't get it. I'm like, you taking your clothes off in front of me? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you want me to resist? Like, come on now. You know, you're letting the python out the cage, all right? Like, there's no blood in my head, baby. What are we doing here? Blood straight evacuated. You know, I ain't thinking no more. Like, shit, it's action time. All right? Like, god damn. Walking her home after a party, we were talking and laughing, and I made a joke about snoring, and she got all serious and said, you want to come find out if I snore? And I made another dumb, dismissive joke. What? No way. Somehow ended up alone in my room that night, kicking myself. I really liked her, too. Never got a second chance. God damn it, son. God damn it. And this is something I would do. Oh, this is something I would do. And that, I can't even sit here and lie to you people that I'd be like, oh, what do you mean? I would have went up there and no, I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have. I would have fucking been like, I would be in his shoes. I'd be home in my bed like, wait a minute. It'd have been one of those things where like, oh man, you audio listeners probably can't see this, but like you laying down, you have your eyes closed, right? And then like your eyes just shoot open and you're like, oh, she wanted me to lay down in her bed with her. Fuck! And then you're up the rest of the night with your head just spinning, brother. Just spinning. And you're like, oh, I would have called that girl so fast. I I'd be like, girl, I will get over to your crib immediately. Oh, man. That shit sucks. Oh, I feel it. I feel it, man. I'm right there. Okay. I'd love to have a dance practice session with you. Girl from my dance class. Took me about 4 years to realize what she would... Oh, bruh. Damn it. I mean, I would have done it. You know, she's like, oh, I want to have a dance practice session with you. I'd have been like, oh, yeah, totally. Let's do it. You know, but I would have set it up thinking like, she actually just wants to dance, not want to hang out and get to know me. You know what I mean? I would have realized that maybe a little later, but I would have just took her up on it. Like, yeah, sure. You know, we can dance, whatever. You know what I mean? We can dance if you want to. We can leave your past behind, you know? But yeah, you know, damn, dude. I can't believe it took you 4 years to realize that, though. That's a long fucking time. 4 years? What were you doing in the midst of those 4 years to where you didn't realize that she wanted some alone time with you? It would have taken me like a day to figure that shit out. And then I'd been beating myself up for the next 4 years. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Like, let's be real here. All right? I ain't gonna cap to y'all. Like, shit. She put herself in my line of sight, having already unbuttoned the top 3 or 4 buttons of her shirt, placed her cleavage in front of me, or in front of what I was focusing on, and smiled at me. Bro. All right, this one right here, I would have been all up in those boobies.
Stop the cap.
Okay, all right. I wouldn't have been all up in them. What I would have been in is I would have asked her, like, yo, yeah, we doing this? And, you know, she's like, I don't know. I'd have been like, I know. I know. Hey, shit, what are we talking about here? You going to put some chi-chis in my face and you're not going to expect me to get all up in them? Come on now. In high school, a girl greeted me with a kiss on the lips every morning, several days in a row. Yo. Imagine being that dude where you just come to school and like this cute girl just kisses you every day when she sees you. I would just be like, yo, that's my woman right there. Like, baby, what's up? I would have, oh man, I'd have been like, you're my girlfriend. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you, you're my girlfriend. Like, if you're going to kiss me every time I see you, yes, and I think you cute, you're my girlfriend. Like, I'm not asking, I'm telling. Like, the fuck are we talking about here? The idea that she could be interested was so unimaginable to me that it only clicked like 10 years later. Nigga, really? Yeah, building self-confidence has required civil engineering level of work. God damn, bro. Are you kidding me? She was kissing you, my guy. You know, like, what the fuck are we doing here? All right. I guess so, man. I don't know what's up with these dudes that it takes years upon years for them to understand what a girl is doing. And, you know, like, if it's extremely obvious, like the girl that, you know, unbuttoned and put the boobies in front of the face, or, you know, or this guy, you know, with the kiss. Now, if it's, you know, some shit where it seems really playful, like, oh yeah, you want to see if I come to snore? Yeah, I would fall for that and be like, no way. You know what I mean? Because I'm like genuinely thinking, no, you're just fooling around. You're just making a joke. Like, what I've noticed a lot of times in talking to girls and like, I don't even want to say dating around, but just in talking to girls and getting to know them and stuff like that. A lot of times girls are really all about talking about things, but then when it comes to the actual action of doing these things, they're not about it. You know, they'll talk to you all day about doing something. They're like, oh yeah, I would love to do that with you. I'll do this and that and da da da. And then you actually put that shit into action and they're like, oh, well, I can't cause this and that. No, you know what I mean? And so that's why a lot of times for me, it's like if a girl is hinting in a way where it's just like, it just seems too ambiguous. It's like, it could go either way. For me, I'm like, nah, it's unless she is like showing like actual actions, like if she's kissing me, if she's taking her shirt off in front of me, if she's, if you're doing these kind of things, it's like, if you're like doing action, not really saying things, then it's like, okay, I'm about it. But if you're just saying something and then it could go both ways. That's what sucks for a guy. Because it's like sometimes guys will put that into action and then the girl's like, oh, wait, no. I thought we were just talking, And that's what really sucks sometimes, because it's just like, do you want to or not, But, all right. Back in freshman year of college, I was talking to this one girl a couple weeks in. I started making these little jokes about a big blanket I had on my bed and how nice it was, and she would respond with winky faces and stuff, but I was too stupid to take it any further. See what I mean, though? See what I mean? Like, he's joking about, a big blanket or whatever, and she's kind of just innuendoing stuff, and I think she enjoys just the flirty aspect of it. But I feel like if he would have acted on it, it could have gone either way, and it would have sucked if it would have gone the negative way, where she's just like, whoa, dude, chill, like, I don't see you that way, I just like joking around and having fun, I thought that's what we were doing, and then it makes you feel stupid and you're like, oh damn, and then it just kind of makes it awkward for the guy, because then you're just like, like, what am I gonna do? Now I can't really talk to her the same way because she thinks I'm like a weirdo or something. I don't know. But I was naked and ready. Yeah, no shit. You were going for a shower. You don't shower fully clothed. I felt and still feel like a moron for that day. I mean, again, so many girls have told me the whole like, if they're like, oh, hey, if they tell a guy, hey, I'm going to take a shower, I'll be right back, and the guy says something about, oh, without me, girls hate that. You know what I mean? And so it's like, when is it okay for the dude to be like, yo, what, without me? Because, I mean, as the girl, you're only going to say or divulge that kind of information if you've been talking to the guy for a while. You know what I mean? You guys have built some rapport together. That's the only reason why you're telling him, hey, I'm taking a shower, I'll be right back. But as far as like the dude, he doesn't know when the right moment is. It's like, we could be talking, for a couple weeks. We could be talking for a couple months. We could be talking for a year. It seems like it never works out. And so it's like, okay, cool. Enjoy your shower. Like, I don't know. Maybe if she would have been like, oh, if I come over, can I use your shower? You know what I mean? That could have been. So I don't know. Maybe. All right, I'm going to do two more. It took me until the third or fourth time she'd grab me and kiss me before I realized she wasn't just trying to be nice and funny. What? Okay, hold on. How is kissing being nice and funny? What? You think girls just kiss to be nice and funny? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, my guy? What? Separately, we'd gone to the movies together, and she warned me to not try anything because she wouldn't say no. I mean, I think that's an invitation to try something. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. That's an invitation. And if I've ever heard one, yeah, I mean, I would have tried like little things, you know what I mean? I like touched her thigh or like held her hand or, you know what I mean? I'd put my arm around her or something. Like if she's like, I'm not going to say no, then it's like, okay, Butamus, let's move into this. Let's see. It's kind of like that game of nervous, you know what I mean? Where you're like, are you nervous? Are you nervous? Are you nervous? You just keep trying shit until, you get the touchdown, you know what I mean? The touchdown, yeah. All right, this is going to be our last one for this thread. A girl and I had fooled around in my dorm room. She decided to spend the night. I got up to sleep in my chair because I was unsure if I should stay in my bed with her.
What?
For real? She yelled at me 19 years and 2 kids later. I think she likes me, but she is Canadian. Bruh. I mean, hey, at least it worked out for this guy. They got, married and kids and all that good stuff. Fantastic for you. That's great. But what the fuck, bro? This man had the sex with her in the bed, and then he's just like, okay, now that the sex is over, I don't think she's comfortable with me being in the bed still. Let me go sleep over there. Like,
what?
What are we doing here? My guy. That's weird. Like, huh? Now you got the touchdown. You went all the way. You got there. All the past guys didn't even get there. Even the ones that, were getting kissed. They didn't even get there. You got there. You got to the touchdown. You scored the 6 points. You did it. And then you get out of bed thinking like, yeah, I know we just had sex and, I know we just did the whole shebang, but I don't think she wants me to sleep in the same bed as her. So let me get out and sleep over there. That's like, what? Oh my goodness. But that's going to go ahead and be the end of that thread. I loved how there was one girl in that thread. There was one fucking girl in that thread. That's crazy. But hey, that's what it is, man. It sucks being a dude. It does. It sucks being a dude. Even when the few guys where it was like blatantly obvious, where the girl's like literally putting her boobies in her face and taking the shirt off and all that kind of stuff. Okay, come on, bro. What are we doing here? You know what I mean? But all the other ones, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would fall for like at least 85% to 90% of these things, just because it's like, you never know. Like I said, if it could go this way, it could go that way. And then, say you do make a move and she's like, whoa, I thought we were just playing around. And you're like, oh yeah, we were just playing around and joking. Gotcha. You know what I mean? And that sucks because then it makes things awkward. But hey, is what it is. Is what it is. I just don't know how it took them dudes like years, 5 to 10 years. Like, what the fuck were y'all doing in that time span to realize like, yo, girl wanted some Irish ding-a-ling. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on, man? Goodness. All right, let's get into announcements really quick. Blow through these, and then I will get into today's scenarios for today's Tuesday episode. Patreon.com/MyLastPodcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday episodes. Then we have audio listeners. If you are an audio listener, please keep downloading the podcast. It lets me know that you guys are loving the shows and you're coming back every week for what we got going on. If you have not rated the show yet, please rate the show 5 stars. It helps out a lot, and it's free, baby. If you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the HooTubes. Everything is down in the description, as well as playlists to Haunting Adeline, book 1, and A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, I think those are the only playlists that I have down there. Oh, as well as the free Patreon Day episodes. There's a playlist of those down there as well. So get on down there. Check out all the content we got down there for you. If you want to support the show and support us, everything is all down there, either in the link tree or in individual links. And without further ado, let's get into today's scenarios. We got our first one. Am I overreacting? Girlfriend made comment about previous sexual experience with her ex while in bed with me. Uh-oh. I, 20 female, and my girlfriend, 22 female. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, hold on. Wrong one. Sorry. Okay. Am I overreacting? Found old messages with girls on my boyfriend's phone. Bum, bum, bum. I gotta get that sound effect. Okay. I, 22 female, have been with my boyfriend, 25 male, for a year and a half. I recently went through his phone and found he slid up on girls' stories with heart eyes not even a month after we first started dating. His excuse was, I didn't think we were that serious yet, but we were literally dating. Now I am going crazy thinking of why he still had her added and what else has he done I don't know about. I don't know what to do anymore. I have been working through past trust issues with him, but then I found that. I have asked multiple times before, what else do I not know? But he said he forgot that was there. He said that that is not who he is anymore, and realized after everything he needs to be better because he wants to be with me. 8 months after we started dating, I saw he had deleted the text with the girls and a lewd name. He refused to recover the text and show me it was nothing. I forgave him and stayed. 4 months later, I found a deleted email thread of them asking how much a session was to a girl. She replied, hi baby, something, something. We would need a hotel room. And he replied asking where she was located. He told me it was for a massage.
Stop the cap.
I had a long cry and conversation, and he promised he would change and put in effort.
Stop the cap.
Which so far I have seen. Until I saw that it is true, once a cheater, always a cheater. Is he really never going to change? No, he's not. Because you found the first thing, and then you gave him a shot. That was cool. That was great. I think that was fantastic. I'm like, that's good. You know, because we're all human. We fuck up. It happens. You know, this was kind of the in-between stage of like before you guys were dating and then into while you guys were dating. So obviously there was still that in-between. So for you to be like, you know what? I forgive you. Just be better. Like, let's move past this. Awesome. But then he goes and does it again. And it's like, nigga, what are you doing? Yeah, and then on top of that with an escort too. This man was about to pay for some coochie. He was about to pay for some coochie. Like, come on now. Like, let's be honest here. My man was so deep in it, he was about to pay for some booty. Like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm going to go to the supermarket and get some strawberries while I got some strawberries at home. That's crazy to me. For what? For what? And so that's why I look at it like, yeah, I think this relationship is over. Sayonara to that. Just because you're just going to keep going through this. You know what I mean? You're gonna cry, have a conversation with him. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna be better, and then he's gonna do something else, and then you're gonna cry and have a conversation. And then he's like, I'm gonna be better, and then you're gonna find something else, and then you're gonna cry and have a conversation, and then he's gonna be like, I'm gonna get better. Like, dude, this is just a cycle at this point. It's already happened twice. If you want to let it happen a third time, I mean, that's on you. But I'm already seeing this as a perpetuating cycle where it's just going to be happening over and over and over again, and you're going to get so sick of it, and you're just going to feel like, fuck, I wasted so many years of my life with this dude, you know, for what? To come out single and no, you know what I mean, and nothing to show for this relationship. That's genuinely what's going to happen. And honestly, you're just going to have to let him know, look, bro, I forgave you the first time because I get it. It was that transitional period from when we were not in a relationship to being in a relationship. And obviously, you know, you were still talking to other people, whatever the case may be. And then you cut those people off for me. That's fantastic. I'm glad for that, you know. And then you find this out. Just the fact alone that he was going to pay for the coochie already shows me that right there, that's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for him. You know, and it's like, let him have those ladies of the night. You know what I mean? Let him, because no thank you. No fucking thank you. That's terrible. Like, jeez, because so many guys on this show, have their wives or girlfriends or whatever have written into the show, and they're like, my boyfriend is $30,000 in debt because of prostitutes. My boyfriend is $15,000 in credit card debt because of prostitutes or because of escorts, because of that shit happens. If you don't want to be one of those girls, whoo. And a lot of times it's crazy because these girls have kids or they're currently pregnant. And thank God that you're not married to this dude or currently pregnant, because then you'd be going through what they're going through. Trust me. I've seen it all on this show. In the 250 plus episodes I've done of this show, trust me, girlfriend, it is bad. It is bad. These dudes go into monstrous amounts of debt. I mean, there was even one guy, his girl wrote in and she was like, oh, my boyfriend is addicted to, what are they called? Cam girls. And homeboy spent like 10 grand on these chicks. And it's like, bro, what? First off, where do you even get 10 grand? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Unless you were just doing this over a long period of time and it just, stacked up to 10 grand. But I mean, god damn. So yeah. Run as fast as you can. Just run, girl. Run as fast as you can. Ooh, excuse moi. All right. Am I overreacting? Looking for advice. Okay. My girlfriend, 24, and me, 21, have been together for almost 2 months. Since we started dating, she has been very adamant about me not talking to other girls, and even insecure about me having girls that are friends. She has gotten angry with me for stuff that she made up in her head that was happening. I was picking her up outside her work and was sitting outside her work and sitting on a bench outside for about 30 minutes waiting. She accused me of trying to talk to this girl sitting on the bench about 50 feet away, and I didn't speak a word to this girl and didn't even notice her. She is very high maintenance. You have to what? Okay, he typoed there. Probably take her to... Wait, what? Oh, talk to her all the time. I'm sorry, he typoed, so I'm trying to fill it in here. She's very high maintenance. I have to talk to her all the time and hang out all weekend with her, which I don't really mind. However, I'm concerned because this last Friday, I went and hung out with my friends for around 12 hours at my friend's house. 5 guys, and I invited her, but she couldn't come due to work. She started acting angry at me, not coming over to her house instead. Then yesterday she is on Instagram and I noticed she was talking to some dude last Friday and she hadn't talked to in 2 years that lives in the country my girlfriend is from. Possible ex-boyfriend. She was texting this dude every minute back and forth while she had me on delivered for about 30 minutes. Friday, requesting to call him on the phone. When I asked her about it, she started throwing up and crying. I was ready to break up, to be honest. This is the second time I was ready to break up, and she started throwing up and crying. Any advice would be appreciated. If I'm being honest with you, man, I would break up with her. Like, a girl that's not going to allow you to hang out with your friends and is going to be that needy and codependent on you, and she's coming up with scenarios in her head as to what happened and why you were gone and why we didn't hang out, and then because she doesn't get her way, she's going to go and talk to some other dude and be texting him all day and all this and all that. It's like, peas and chicken grease, homegirl. Homeboy can have you at that point because it's just not worth it. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth going through. It's not worth dealing with somebody who needs that kind of constant attention all the time. It's just one of those things where it's like you are better off without her. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I understand, you guys probably had some good times and, the relationship had its ups and, when you guys would hang out, the times were magical and it was fun and it was great. You guys got chemistry and sexual chemistry and all that good stuff. And that's fantastic and that's fine. But when it comes to like this type of shit where you can't really hang out with your friends without her getting upset and wanting to hang out with other dudes out of spite or, sit there and leave you undelivered and text other guys on purpose, it just... that's doing too much. And it's going to get to a point where she's going to feel like the only way to get back at you or hurt you is to cheat on you. And that's going to feel even worse. And I'd much rather just break up with a girl before it gets to that, because if you stay and it gets to the point where she feels like, oh, I'm going to cheat on you because you upset me and you didn't take me here or whatever, that's going to be tough, dude. That's going to hurt even more. And right now, you can at least mitigate a lot of that pain and just be like, I'm done. I'm leaving. It is what it is. It's going to hurt. It's going to suck. You're going to want to go back and all that good stuff. But if I'm being honest with you, it's going to hurt a lot less than her going out and fucking some other dude or even this guy just because she's mad at you or just because she wants to get spite on you and stuff. So leave, man. Run away. God damn, we are 2 for 2 on leaving. God damn, man, this episode's all bad. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend I want to start an OF to help pay for college? Okay. I'm a 30-year-old college student struggling to keep up with tuition fees, books, and living expenses. Despite working part-time, I'm barely making ends meet. Recently, I started considering creating an OF account to earn extra money. I believe it could help alleviate my financial stress, and I plan to control the content I share to ensure I'm comfortable with it. I want to be transparent, so I brought up the idea to my boyfriend of 1 year. He immediately became upset and said that he's uncomfortable with me sharing personal content online. He mentioned that it would make him feel insecure and worried about how others might perceive me, and by extension, our relationship. I told him that it's my body and it's my decision and that this could significantly help me financially. I assured him I wouldn't post anything I wasn't comfortable with. He responded by saying if I go through with it, he isn't sure he can continue our relationship. Now I'm conflicted. I feel I should have autonomy over my choices, especially when it comes to my finances and my body, but I also don't want to jeopardize our relationship. So am I the asshole for wanting to start an OnlyFans to support myself through college despite my boyfriend's objections? Well, okay, look, if you want to start an OF and you want your man to be okay with it, let him sleep with other women. Yeah, I know. Boom. That's a bomb, isn't it? And a lot of people are looking at me like, what? Huh? No, you should just be okay with it. No. Why is it that she can give other men access to looking at her body, but I have to stay only being with one girl? That's... And everybody likes to make but it's not physical. But it's not this, it's not that. Okay, but there are dudes out there that have, and okay, even if it's a thing where it's like, oh, what if she doesn't do nude? So they're still seeing her do sexual acts regardless. You know what I mean? And that's why for me, if I was the boyfriend, I would have just been like, look, man, you start the OnlyFans and you do your thing, but I'm not going to be your boyfriend. You know what I mean? But if she wants to do the OF and have her boyfriend okay with it, that's the only way. That is the only way, is to let him be with other women. And again, OF, it's one of those things where it's like, for me, I put in all of this effort to be attractive, to be charming, to be the right guy for you, really show you that I'm a step above the other guys that are talking to you, because let's be honest here, I'm sure she's a very attractive girl, and I'm sure she had a couple of guys that were trying to get at her at that time, but she chose this guy. But this guy had to put in so much work to be the guy that she wants, and it's like, I put all this effort in to be with you intimately, and these guys get to see you in your most intimate moment for $3.99 a month. Like, what the fuck is that? I had to put in all this work to be with you intimately and to see the intimate side of you. And these guys get to just pay $4.99 for that intimacy. That fucking sucks. Imagine you're going for a job, right? And you work your ass off. You don't go to parties. You don't do nothing. You just stick your head in the books. You get good grades. You do your thing. And you're like, okay, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this job. And you go in there, you interview, you're like, you know, all the answers to the questions that they're going to ask. You're answering them very diligently. You're doing it all. And then, the son of the company, you know, or the son of the owner of the company, he comes in. He's a slob, you know what I mean? He's lazy as hell, and they give them the job over you. Like, how would you feel over that? You would sit there and be like, what the fuck? I literally sacrificed years of my life and not going to parties and having fun to literally study up on this job, get the criteria that I need to be an eligible candidate for this job, and this kid just walks in and gets it. That is how guys feel when their girl is on OnlyFans. We had to put in all the work to get to that intimate point with you, but these guys get it just for a couple bucks. Yeah, sure. It's through a screen. So what? It's still intimacy. That's all guys really care about anyway. They just care about seeing it. And it's why OnlyFans is so fucking popular. You know, that to me is just, I can't be behind that. And I think the only way a dude will feel comfortable with his girl being OnlyFans is if you're like, you can be with other women. It's a sad truth, but it is the truth. And, you know, and I guess she's struggling and doing all that, but it's like, I don't know why her man's not helping her out with, you know, college expenses and stuff like that. Like, why not? Why is he not helping you? Why is he not, you know, doesn't he support your dream of wanting to go to college and get your degree and do what you want to do? Like, why isn't he helping you with that? Why do you feel like you have to last resort to OF, you know? And then it would suck if you did do OF and you made no money. That would suck too. That would be even worse. Because then it's like you put your body and all that shit out there for no reason. For no one to pay for it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's going to be like, you know, 2 or 3 people or whatever. But it's just like, that would suck too. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. I get it. Hot issue, you know. That's obviously what a lot of podcasts be talking about nowadays, just because OnlyFans is such a hot topic, and you know, women feel like there's nothing wrong with it, but dudes see a lot wrong with it, because it's just like, dude, I had to put all this work in to be the man that you even wanted to be with in the first place. It took a lot of work to be that, and then these guys just get to see it for a couple bucks. Like, that sucks. You know, I might as well just slang you a couple bucks and I could have seen your vagina or something. You know, it's just like what the fuck? So, all right, let's get on to the next one. Am I the asshole for not gloriously complimenting my my girlfriend for putting on lingerie? So my girlfriend and I were on the couch in the living room talking and started to get intimate when she got up to go to the bathroom. She was gone for about 10 to 15 minutes and came back wearing a tank top light lingerie set. I said, wow, from the couch, and then she sat down next to me. We then resumed the conversation we were having before she went to the bathroom, and we were going to resume our intimacy as well. But about 2 minutes later, she got angry at me for not fully acknowledging her outfit and that she felt ignored and ugly. I told her that was never the case and that I always find her pretty no matter what she's wearing. I was definitely going to compliment her more throughout the night, as I always do, but I will admit that I should have complimented her more in the moment. Anytime she's done lingerie or dressed up before, it was extravagantly done, with her hair and makeup done. Then with her taking control, this time it was much more conservative, and so I guess I didn't give an extravagant compliment like before. I think it was a thing where she kind of wanted the roles to be reversed. I think she wanted you to like take the more aggressive approach. You know what I mean? She wanted you to kind of like see her and be like, whoa, and, you know, put your hands all over her kind of thing, you know, and be like, oh my God, you're being aggressive. Ooh. You know what I mean? And you weren't. You kind of were just like, whoa, as if it was like, wow, that's hot. Okay, moving on. I think that's how she took it. She was just like, hello, you're not gonna like touch me. You're not gonna like want to rip it off. You're not gonna want to like carry me off to the bedroom, because that's what she was looking for. That's what she wanted. That's why she felt ignored and ugly, because it seemed like you just looked at her and was like, whoa, okay, moving on. And that's how she felt. You should have, what you should have done is just be aggressive with her. Like, ooh, and then get up, pick her ass up and take her to the bedroom, or, you know what I mean, put your hands all over her, whatever. That's why she just sat down next to you and was just like, okay, let's just continue our conversation. You know? Yeah. And look, man, if I'm being honest with you, most lingerie looks ugly as shit anyway. If I'm being real with you, like, ladies, look, lingerie ain't that sexy. All right. It's not. Okay. It's just not. It leaves, lingerie is great, but it just doesn't leave enough to the imagination. Like, if I'm being honest with you, you could literally do like a short dress. You could do like a skirt type thing, you know, or I mean, you could even do more of just like this one's kind of weird, but it does work with some guys. You can just wear just your bra. I don't know why. There's some dudes that I know that are just like, that's my shit. And I'm like, I don't see the appeal. I don't, but I mean, that's a thing, I'm guessing. But yeah, I mean, lingerie just ain't that sexy. Like, let's be real here. Okay. You know, next time, man, try like some, you know, skimpy clothes, or like something small, you know what I mean? Or like something a little see-through or whatever. That might work a little better. You know what I mean? That's probably why he was just like, whoa, like, dang, that's great, you know, but I don't think it was getting the motor running for him, because lingerie just ain't sexy. I'm sorry. It just ain't. It ain't. You think it is, but it's not. Of course, I thought she looked amazing regardless. She always does. And I would have sprinkled compliments throughout the night. Okay. I didn't have a big reaction in the moment, which I acknowledge is my fault and apologize for. My girlfriend then proposed that she wouldn't surprise me with lingerie and put in effort behind it again. And I told her I would never force her to put demands on her to do anything she isn't comfortable with. Was that the wrong response to her proposal? Is it a bit harsh to propose that because of my initial reaction? Of course, I find her stunning in lingerie, but she's also stunning without it, so I don't want to make a big fuss about it. I mean, look, man, you got to make a big fuss about it, even when there is no big fuss to be made about it. You know what I mean? Like what I've noticed over my years of dating and being with women, you have to over exaggerate everything. Even if they're just like, oh my God, the cheese went up $1. And you're like, the cheese went up $1? Holy, why? What do you mean? What is it now? You know, and she's like, it's like $4. And like, $4? Oh my God. That's ridiculous. For some reason, girls eat that shit up. I don't know why. They do. And it's funny because when you point it out to them, girls are like, no, I don't like when a guy does it. No, but you do that. You just do that naturally. Catch her in a conversation and just overreact to it. Trust me, she's going to go along with it. And she's going to be like, man, he was so engaged in the conversation. It was so good. I mean, you guys had a conversation about cheese going up $1. You know what I mean? Like, trust me. Overreact to everything, my guy. It works. Why? I don't know. It's weird. It just works. You know, shout out Todd Howard out there. Let's see. As far as the proposal, I mean, look, if she don't want to put on lingerie anymore, that's fine. You know what I mean? I would have said the same thing. I'd have been like, look, babe, if you don't want to put it on anymore, that's fine. It's all good. You know what I mean? Like that's not a big factor to me. I just want you to feel sexy, you know, and if that's what makes you feel sexy, then do that. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously, you know, for girls, they have to they have to first think that they're sexy first before they could allow like some outside feedback. You know what I mean? They have to think, okay, I'm sexy, and then you say it confirming what they're already thinking. And that's how that weirdly works. Why? I don't know. Ladies in the comments, help me out here, because I don't know. Why do you guys think that way? I don't know. That's just the way it goes, man. That's just the way it goes. It's weird. It's tough. It's like the overreacting to the cheese going up $1 thing. I don't know. It just works, man. It just works. I don't question it. I just let Jesus do his thing, man. I'm just like, hey, he gave me the playbook, and I'm just going to run the plays, you know? Goodness. All right, this is going to be our last one for today's episode. If you got this far in the episode, thanks so much. Love you all. Appreciate you. Again, hop on that Patreon, man. Get on there for the $3 a month. Exclusive episode every single Friday. So as being able to send in your scenarios like these people did today. If you're an audio listener, keep downloading. Rate us 5 stars. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as the YouTubes. Love you. Let's get into this last one. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my sister's wedding after finding out her fiance cheated on her? Ooh, that's a bomba. All right, I'm in a tough spot and really need some outside opinions on this situation that's causing a lot of tension in my family. My sister, who is 28, is planning to marry her fiance, who is 30. On the surface, it seems like everything was going well, but I recently discovered that he cheated on her last year. I found out through a mutual friend, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. When I confronted my sister about it, I honestly thought she would appreciate my concern. Instead, she got defensive. She kept insisting that he made a mistake, that they've talked it through, and that they're committed to moving forward together. This nigga must got some money. This nigga must got some monies. Because, like, let's be honest here. Most women would find out that the dude that there's going to be getting married to in a couple of months cheated. They would have been like, piece and chicken grease, you cheating ass motherfucker. This girl was like, nah. He got the Benjamins, baby. What are we doing here? Like, shit. I don't know that for sure, but it just seems like there's something to that level that's keeping her around. Like, come on, man. I tried to understand where she was coming from, but I couldn't shake this feeling that she was just trying to convince herself that everything was fine. Either that or she looks at it like, I'm 28, I ain't getting any younger, and I needs a man now. That could be a thing too. You know, I didn't want to say that as like the primary reason though, just because I'm like, a lot of people are getting married a lot later nowadays, you know. Like mid-30s seems to be like the marrying age for most people now. So that's why I'm like, she's only 28, but you never know. She might be the type that's like, I need to get married now because I want to have kids. You know, I don't want to be a grandma with kids or something like that. I don't know. It was hard to watch her defend him, especially knowing what I knew. I explained to her that I can't support a marriage that's built on infidelity. I feel like trust is the foundation of any relationship, and if that's already been broken, it raises a lot of questions about their future together. I didn't want to come off as judgmental, but I felt a responsibility to speak up. Our conversation got pretty heated. She accused me of being unsupportive and told me that I was ruining her happiness and being a hoe bag. No, I'm just kidding. I added that on there. That really stung because I care about her and wanted her to be happy, but I also wanted her to be smart about her choices. I couldn't help but think that if I just stood by and let this happen without saying anything, I'd be failing her as a brother. Facts. Because if you would have said nothing, then she would have just been like, what the fuck? Why did you keep this secret from me? And why did you hide it from me? You know what I mean? And that could have opened a whole other can of worms. So it is good that you told her. But I think you should have just told her and then just been like, hey, if you want to marry old cheating man, that's on you. Just accept her choice in it. I think that's what she probably wanted from this whole situation, is like for you to tell her, make her aware of it, and then she chose to stay, and you'd be like, okay, hey, if you want to stay with homeboy, you stay with homeboy. Is what it is. I'm gonna let you do your thing. And you know what I mean? So I think that's where she kind of wanted you to come in with that, but I get it. You kind of look at it like, nah, man, this nigga don't deserve my sister. Like, who the fuck does he think he is? Thinking he can go fuck some other bitches, just because he got some money. And I get that. From a brother perspective, it's like, yeah, you want to look out for your sister and be like, hey, yo, nah, what the fuck we doing here, my guy? So I understand that. After we calmed down, she came back to me and asked if I would help pay for the wedding. At that point, I knew I had to draw the line. I told her there's no way I can contribute to a celebration for a relationship I don't believe in. I felt like that would be enabling her to make a decision that could lead to a lot of pain down the line. Now, my family is divided over this. Some family members think I should let it go and support her no matter what. Others agree with my concerns and think I'm doing the right thing by standing firm. My parents are more silent about it, but I can tell they're disappointed in both of us. I'm really struggling with this situation. On one hand, I want to be supportive brother she needs. On the other hand, I can't ignore my principles. I don't want to see her get hurt, and I genuinely believe she deserves better than someone who has already shown he can't be trusted. So my ass over refusing to pay for her wedding to someone who cheated on her. I'm just trying to protect her, but it feels like I might be pushing her away instead. Look, regardless if you help pay for this thing or not, she's going to marry him. So I wouldn't pay for it. I wouldn't. If I was him, I would sit there and I would stand firm and be like, no, I'm not going to help pay for this. No, because regardless if I pay for this or if I don't, you're still going to marry homeboy. And whether I have any opinions about this wedding or not, he's still going to fuck you over in the end, and you're still going to get hurt. And I'm going to be sitting there saying, I told you so, regardless of what happens today. So I would just stay firm. Why change up? You know what's going to happen. You know how this is going to end. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You know how this is going to end. And then if there's little family reunions or whatever, or family get-togethers and he's there, man, I ain't got to pay no mind to you. If he's just like, hey, what's going on, man? Ignored. Like, I ain't got to be your friend, bro. What the fuck are we talking about? You know what I mean? So it's like, or you fake it. And be like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going, bro? Like, you could do that too. But as far as this wedding thing goes, I wouldn't pay for a damn thing. And I would just be like, because you're going to marry this dude regardless if I help you pay for this or not. Nothing is going to change your mind. So I'd rather keep my money, watch this relationship fall off its wheels, and, you're going to have everybody in the family come help you and help you pick up the pieces because this dude's just going to ruin you. And I told you this before you married him, but you didn't listen, and that's cool. Because what I've noticed is I would say most people who are like this, they have to fall on their face before they realize, oh my God, all those signs were true. Like there's just people that are like that. They're hard-headed. They don't want to listen to anything. And that's why it's like, you have to let them go. You know what I mean? You have to let them go and let them fall on their face on their own. And it sucks because some people fall harder on their face than others. Some people fall and they get up with a couple scrapes and bruises. Some people fall and boy, they got a lot broken, but it's that fall that they need, for them to finally understand and realize what the fuck you're telling them. You know what I mean? And it's just like, hey, it is what it is, man. I would stay firm on this one. I would say firm, but you guys let me know what you think about this one and all the other scenarios we've gone through today in today's episode, as well as the thread. Again, patreon.com/MyLastPodcast. If you want to get involved in the show, definitely get on the Patreon, man. That helps out a lot. Appreciate you guys all. On Thursday, we're going to be doing chapters 39 and 40. We are almost done with A Court of Thorns and Roses. After A Court of Thorns and Roses, we are going to be hopping back into Haunting Adeline Book 2 as per request from you guys in the comments. I was going to do a poll to do either a new book or go back to Haunting Adeline. You guys overwhelmingly wanted Haunting Adeline. I think I might have talked about it in one of the episodes. I don't know. Either that or you guys just got through all the episodes of Haunting Adeline Book 1 and you guys just were itching for more. So I've been reading the comments. I've been seeing all the comments. I've replied to a lot of them. And so, yes, we will be doing Haunting Adeline Book 2 after A Court of Thorns and Roses. And then we'll be going on from there. But obviously, we're going to be finishing Court of Thorns and Roses. We're almost done, though. I want to say maybe around. I'm not 100% sure when we'll finish Court of Thorns and Roses. Maybe early December is probably when we'll finish. I will try to get through it as quick as possible. I possibly can, though. If we get down to like the last 3 chapters, I might just blow through the last 3 chapters and then we'll end it there. So we'll see what happens, though. I'll make sure to get through that. But that is what's coming up for the Thursday episodes, if you guys are big Thursday episode fans. And and then all you Love is Blind people, I know you guys loved my little breakdown of the first couple episodes. I know it's been getting juicy. I've been seeing your DMs. I know. I'm watching it. There are a couple people who I thought were good people and they are trash, bro. Trash. And I'm like, but yes, we'll get into that. I'm waiting until all the episodes are out and then, the weddings are over and stuff like that. And then I'll cook. I got you. All right. I got you guys. But without further ado, love you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday for a Court of Thorns and Roses, chapters 39 and 40. But without further ado, see you guys later. Peace.